1, 2, and 3. What's up, guys?
Thank you guys for tuning in if you are watching this. Guys, if you're listening to this, now I feel like we're talking to two different crowds. So if you're listening to this, guys, we now officially have our YouTube channel. Make sure you guys go and check that out at the Develop Room Podcast.
If you want to see my pretty little face,
if you guys want to see our faces, what we look like. If you're watching the video, what's up, you guys? Welcome. I'm Jessie. I am the face to pretty much what you listen to if you ever tune into our podcast.
I hope you do.
I know they do.
I'm Jules K. West.
That's the personal trainer we're always talking about, you guys. This is my partner in crime.
Well, dog. Top dog.
Salud.
Cheers.
Cheers to the Develop Room. Cheers to our very first episode.
It feels kind of weird, but I hope that it just grows on me. Because I'm not used to being in front of a camera, but I'm used to being in front of people. And it's helping that I have like an Instagram account where I'm starting to like talk more to people on it, and like that's sometimes the only way that they can see me, because like it just helps to be able to talk to somebody else on the other side and not feel like weird about it. But
yeah,
I like it.
I think it's more natural to me because I have a YouTube channel, you guys. You guys can go ahead and check that out if you guys are interested. I speak to the camera more than
you're used to it. I don't speak to the camera, so I'm kind of like, what do I do? And I'm not used to like seeing myself either.
No, so having it in there,
I'm not even gonna look at it. I'm just gonna look at you, because I look at it and I'm just like, this is kind of odd.
Yeah, so, and then it doesn't help that
moment.
We have this super bright light and it's hot.
But I really do like it. I mean, I get to talk to you guys.
Yeah,
kind
of. I feel like this is just a little more intimate with our people. You guys just kind of hang out with us. Think of this as more like a hangout.
Next time we'll have food.
We did have food. We actually went to the taco place down the street from my house. How was that, Jules?
Our food was ready for like a good 30 minutes. The food was ready for like a good 30 minutes, and we were just there chilling and talking and waiting and like starving.
And we were there for like an hour, you guys.
We were there for a minute. And I could have sworn I never heard it.
Food. And then I go up to the guy. He's like, I called you 4 times.
I was like, dude, I feel like everybody that was here came after us. Everybody's gone.
We were just talking about life. I feel like we could have just taken this setup at the taco spot.
Yeah, and just had it there.
And we would have just been vibing, honestly.
That was a whole podcast in itself.
But we're back, you guys. Welcome back. I really hope you guys had an amazing week. We recorded last podcast. That was really, really good.
You know what? That set the tone for my week.
Yeah.
It did. I told you my plans. I told the podcast my plans. And I executed to the best of my ability. And I did a lot of mindset shifting within the last 2 weeks. That's what I really, really wanted to focus on. Getting in tune with myself, because I feel like I kind of lost my way a little bit. Not my way, but mentally I kind of lost it a little bit. Didn't really know where I was going, what I was doing, not really what I was feeling either. It's like I couldn't really understand my feelings at the time. Like I was kind of just like, I don't know why this is happening. I don't know why this is happening. And I'm not sure exactly what it was that set my mind to like, okay, something needs to happen, we need to change. But I did it, and it really helped me this last week. Because I didn't anticipate, for some reason, I didn't know that the first is going to land on a Saturday. I just didn't know, okay? I thought, because we were moving. I'm actually done with the move, but I was in the middle of a move last week. And I thought that I was going to set the week aside to pack and do all that shit. I was like, I'm not making any plans this weekend. None at all. Don't talk to me. Don't ask me to go anywhere.
Guys, from experience, I have moved many times. Moving is the most frustrating thing. Like, I'm just surprised that you're even sitting here with me right now, because I would be like, you know what, Julie, I need a whole month. Like,
I want a month, but I know that I can't slow down.
It's so stressful, you guys. So props to Jules for showing the fuck up every single day, regardless if she literally just fucking moved her whole life to a new city, which I'm proud of.
Yes.
But yeah, guys, we're here, and we're gonna talk a little bit more about
setting the tone, good vibrations,
good vibes. That little zen stuff that we tend to talk about a lot.
Because personally, I feel like I have good vibes. And I like Jess's vibes, because like obviously I'm here. I do not like to put myself in situations where the vibes are not good. Like it's just not fun anymore.
I think as I've gotten older, I've chosen to go off people's vibes. You know, when like before you just show up and you just kind of go with the flow. Now it's like, no, I need to know where your head's at. I need to know what your intentions are. Like,
and now you understand that you can leave.
It's deeper. Yeah, like
I can go.
And if I don't F with you, I'm out. I gotta go.
I can't do it.
It's okay though. Don't be sad.
It's all love. It's all love, but I don't want to be here.
But I gotta go.
I don't want to be here.
Yeah, I mean, that's just, I guess that's the topic, guys. Good vibes. Good vibes always.
Yeah.
And I say that in the most, like, non-hippie way.
Yeah. What does good vibes mean to you?
I think good vibes for me is just being around good people with good intentions. When you can just be yourself and have a conversation like this instead of, like, sitting there and think, oh my God, do I look okay? Oh my God, what are they thinking about me? You know, it's just, I've been in situations like that, and I'm just like, that's when I already know when I'm thinking too hard and I'm too into my head. When I'm in an environment, I already know that's not the place for me.
Yeah.
And that's because it's bringing me some type of anxiety, and it might be internal, you guys. It might, maybe everybody else is in their own world, but if I'm feeling uncomfortable a certain way, I feel like that's the energy that people are kind of giving me.
I've seen a lot of posts this week talking about how, like, if something is giving you anxiety, like, that's how you know that that's not where you should be, and you could choose to not be there. And I'm like, damn, that's crazy, because I've been kind of doing that.
And we deal with it all the time. We deal with it because we feel like we have to deal with certain people. They might be our family, they might be our friends that we've been friends for like ever, but we don't realize how much people can really throw us off and how much we can throw off other people. Some people, like, I didn't realize, like, when I was first going through my journey, I didn't, like, I guess once I realized how toxic I was like, dude, people have really been putting up with my BS this long and they're still here?
Dude,
like,
I don't
understand. Why are you still here?
And I said that in the podcast, like, real MVP to whoever the fuck was around when I was not okay, because how did you put up with that? I wouldn't have put up with me, and I feel like I'm at that place in my life now where I'm so okay with myself and I'm so protective of my vibes that if you're coming in here and giving me anxiety or throwing me off or making me feel tense about certain things that I really wasn't normally thinking about, I can't be around you.
Yeah.
And if you're going through something and I'm so sorry that I can't, like, help you through it, it's protecting myself, my mind, because I feel like I let a lot of things in.
You have a really cute fuzzy and you need to take it off.
As I was saying, like, I feel very protective of my good vibes, and I don't like for other people to come and ruin it, because I feel like that's kind of what was happening for a minute. Like, there was external stuff going on, and, like, something that I was trying to not be a part of anymore, because, like, that was part of my old life, and I remember what it was like in those days. I remember being so drained, like, by external situations, and now I've learned that I can fully control that. I can fully remove myself from a situation and go where the good vibes are at, like, where people don't have malicious intent, where people have good intentions, where people, like, don't get offended by the things that you say because they're not, like, personally insecure about themselves. And, like, you can joke around freely with people because they are just loving life, and I love being around, like, me looking over here like they're over there. What's over there? That's where I'm at right now, and I feel like I did a really good job these last couple of weeks of figuring out what I do and what I don't want in my life, what is and what's not going to protect my vibes, and it has paid off. This last week when I, like, got hit by a bus with the move, I could have chosen to be so frustrated about this other shit, and, like, I could have been frustrated about having to compress my schedule, but instead I was just like, vibe it out. I think that the new motto should be vibe it out. Vibe it out.
Vibe it out, you guys.
I really just don't see the point anymore in sulking in your sorrows and being depressing. Well, not depressing, because I understand when you're in that moment, it's really fucking hard to get out. I can't believe I got out, is what I'm saying. But
and I'm still there, guys. I go in and out constantly.
Yeah. And I mean, obviously, if you've been through it once, you're gonna go through it again. You're constantly gonna be pulled out of it. But if you're surrounding yourself with people who are reminding you consistently of what that is and what it feels like, you're just gonna be sucked into it more and more and more, and it's not a good place to be. I don't want to be there personally.
Mm-hmm. This is my favorite saying, you guys. I've said this before. I think like I'm just gonna keep repeating myself until people get it. You are a product of what you surround yourself with.
Yeah.
You can. I think I was the type of person like that tried to save everybody, and I didn't realize how much that was draining me. Trying to save everyone that was sad, because I came from that. And when you see people suffering, of course you want to help them, but that can really take a toll on you.
Yeah.
It really, really can. And I know now, like when I get into like my little episodes and stuff, I completely just isolate myself because of that, because I know how much it can affect someone. So we had a moment a couple months, 2 months ago, where I was going through that, and I removed myself, and you felt it. But to me, it was like, I felt like I was protecting you more than anything. You might have felt it because we weren't doing the podcast, but just knowing that if you were going to be in the same room as me with the energy that I had, you'd probably leave just as bad.
And I feel like I haven't been that way, because I still go through my moments where I am... I don't even notice it when I'm going through it. I don't notice it when I'm going through it because I'm such a go person. Like, I've never been the type of person to feel my feelings. You know, I just go through the motions because there's no choice. Like, I have no choice. I can't slow down. So I'll just walk around blindly with this negative energy, and it's like, I feel drained in that moment, but apparently they caught it more than me. But I'm surrounded by people now who are strong enough and like kind enough to let me know, to tell me like, hey, something's off. What's going on? What are you going through? And Jess told me, she's like, what are you going through? And it took me a while to fix that.
For a while, we kind of lost ourselves, and it was showing in the podcast, and we didn't mean for that to happen. It's just life. Life just throws some things at us sometimes that we personally feel like we can't handle, but when you have good people around you, you can literally get through anything.
And I want to shine a light on that, the fact that I was showing on the podcast, because the fact that I made a mental shift to decide for myself that I don't want to be a part of drama and I don't want to be a part of negative situations, it really showed in my work. Like, my work is going so well right now. Like, it's booming for me, and my community behind me, they feel so good these days. And I know that it's because of the energy that I bring to the table. You know, I give people a place to feel like they can be themselves, and you don't feel like you can be yourself in front of people who have negative energy, in front of people who have bad vibes. Like, you just can't. And so for me, good vibes.
You can, but for so long, until people start seeing the true colors.
Yeah.
Everything comes out, you guys. And
for me, good vibes is honestly like being able to be yourself around people and letting people be themselves around you. Like, imagine never having to hide who you are because the people around you are just so loving and accepting of you. Like, I love that. And I love that so any room that I walk into now these days, that I put myself in, it's because in that room I'm loved and I'm appreciated for who I am. And if I'm not feeling that anymore, I got to go, because I don't need to be there. So you may be cool, you may be this, and you may have this, and you may have that, but if I don't feel like I could be myself around you, like, I don't need that.
Yeah.
I love
That's true. I love that too.
But it can really show in your work. It can really show in your work if you are unhappy with the way you're living, if you're unhappy with your friendships, if you're unhappy with friendships especially. Like, if you have nothing good to say about your friends and you're like venting to your friends about other people, like,
yeah,
or you're venting to other people about your friends, you need to make a shift.
Let's focus on that, you guys. That is so draining.
Yeah.
When someone can come to you and just talk about somebody else. Like, I think personally, now that I'm able to remove myself and be like, what am I really taking from this? You know? And so, just speaking on my end, I used to talk crap on a lot of people. I mean, I was just involved in the drama. I was involved in that lifestyle. The drama just comes with the lifestyle. I think that's what it is.
Yeah.
And so there's things being said about you. Then you're talking about this other person, and it's just going like a back and forth, and it's almost like a world full of anxiety. That's what it feels like. It's like never ending anxiety.
When you sit down and you talk shit about people, it's because you're envious of them. You're envious of something. So get to the bottom of what that envy really is. Because sometimes it's not even bad. Sometimes it really isn't bad. Like, sometimes you're not really envious of the person. You may be just envious of the fact that you have nothing going on for yourself. Or, like, you're not, like, there's not that much excitement going on for you. So you feel like you need to be involved in this little drama effect. But sometimes that's not even necessary. Like, I am totally fine now with just hanging out by myself, vibing out by myself. Like, one of my favorite things to do. So you were gonna cheers me?
No, but we can.
We can, because cheers to.
No, like, so you can hear the clink.
Yeah, like,
let's make pretty much taking yourself out on dates a thing.
Yeah, taking
really
yourself out on dates.
Spending time with yourself, I feel like that's the only way you can grow, you guys. And I've met so many people who are so afraid to be alone. And me personally, guys, this is just opinionated. I'm seeing it from my perspective only. Somebody else could see it completely different, but from my eyes, I have been alone my entire life, that it's okay to be alone for me. So when people say they can't be alone, I'm like, how? Like, but now it's like I understand, because that's not where they came from. Me personally, I'm so independent, and I can literally spend days and days by myself and be okay. And there's people out there who cannot spend an hour by themselves, or they'll go fucking crazy. I know it's really hard sometimes. Sometimes we want to be alone, but because we're afraid of being alone, we just hang around those that are just around us. Yeah. And even though it might be affecting us in a negative way, we just kind of just take it, because that's just who we have. That's all we have.
And some people don't even know about these topics. Like, they don't know about this stuff. They don't know that the people around them are causing them that much harm until they're opened up into this world. And then it's really up to you whether you decide that you want to continue that track and continue having these toxic people in your life, or if you want to change. And I cannot tell you guys, like, the amount of abundance of, like, love, happiness, like, self-worth that comes with making that shift.
And even though all of that does come, it's really hard, because that means in order to reach that type of abundance and peace, you have to cut off people that you love.
You have to say no.
Yeah.
A lot.
And it could be close family members, or it could be really good friends, it could be your cousins. People that you know that are not good for you, they gotta go.
And it's sad, because you think about those people, and yeah, there are really, really good memories behind them, but at the same time, like, what are the good memories compared to the bad things? Yeah. What are the good memories compared to the kind of person that they are, and how much they're not willing to change? Like, you really want them in your life, but if they're not willing to change, like, this is what you're going to deal with forever.
And it's, guys, I mean, like we've said before, this can just go so many different routes. Like, I remember having friends who, they're good people. Like, they're really good fucking people. But just when we got together, we just like to fuck shit up, and we were so toxic. And we understand, hey, we can't hang around each other, because we know what we do. So it's just kind of coming to an agreement, like, you know what, we're not good for each other. We know we're amazing people, but just us, our friendship is not it's not any good for us. And there's no judgment actually either, because it's just kind of like, hey, I see you from the other side, I'm rooting for you. I support you from over there.
But also, one thing that people don't talk about is that when you get on higher vibrations, and when you start to become like somebody who lets themselves be loved, somebody who lets themselves be seen and understood, you start to attract more people. You start to attract more people, and you start to get distracted by other things and other people. And the more you hang out with people, the more distractions you have, the more drama that comes with it, because it's inevitable. It's gonna happen. And you have to be mentally strong enough, and like your vibrations have to be like strong enough for you to be like, okay, I see where this is going. Let me remove myself for a little bit. I'm not taking myself out of the equation, but I need to go fix something over here, or like I need to wait till that calms down before I can put myself back into this picture, because if I stay here long enough, this might not end well. And I feel like I had to do that recently because I've been, obviously, my bad bitch vibes have been attracting hella bad bitches. But but I mean, it, like, with myself, I got so caught up in going out and doing this, and like I wasn't prioritizing like what I needed to prioritize. And like, because I was falling so behind with myself, like my vibrations were kind of dipping. Yeah. I'm like, wait, I'm not feeling like the motivated, like, super responsible person that I was becoming. Not that I was there completely, is that's where I was trying to go. And I got so distracted that that's not where I was headed anymore. I was headed down another path. And it's like, okay, even though this is fun and I love you guys and I'm gonna come back, I need to go fix something real quick so that I can get back to where I was. And I did that, and it paid off. Like I was saying earlier, like the move, I had to change my whole week. I had a plan for the whole week. I had a fucking plan, like, to really kill it. And then it turned out that I had to spend every single hour of my gaps in the day in packing. And like, I felt so unproductive, but I made a shift in my mindset so early on in that week that I didn't let that get to me. I was like, okay, this is happening this week. What about next week? What are we doing next week? And right now, let's not get distracted by anything more because you don't want to get thrown off.
Yeah.
So with good vibrations also comes responsibility to protect it.
Like me personally, I know that I can go out and do all of this shit, and I want to. Hell yeah. Then the older, part of me that's dug in there, like, wants to. But I understand that if I allow myself to go out and have a girls' night, whatever, that's me opening a door to losing myself again. And it's very personal, you guys. It has nothing to do with the people. It's me. It's just me. It's the things that I want for myself, the things that I've promised myself. It has nothing to do with anybody else but me internally. Because I'm the one that deals with me at the end of the day. At the end of the night, I'm dealing with those thoughts. So I'm just like, I'd rather just not.
Yeah.
You know? I'll just chill. I can't.
And I love that. I love how responsible you are. You are the one who actually, like, just really helps me keep myself in track, because I know how much you prioritize and how responsible you are when it comes to, like, the things that you have to get done. Yeah. Like, why are you so far along in your own shit? Because of that. And I that's what I had to, like, take a step back and, like, learn that I have to say no to a couple of things, even though it's gonna suck, and even though I'm gonna be spending a little more time with myself. Like, why was that a problem? Spending time with myself, like, that should, now I look forward to it. Now it's like, damn, this weekend I'm not gonna get an hour to myself. This sucks, because I kind of just want to be with myself and recollect my thoughts. And I know that you have opportunities to do that, and, like, it makes me jealous. But I know that you wish that you could have, like, that going out and stuff, but also you know where it leads, and you know what it's gonna do to you. So,
and it's not that to say that I don't know how to have fun or I don't want to have fun. I do. I just do it in more healthy ways, because I know my habits, and I know once I pick up this, then it leads to this. So it's just understanding that and just knowing, loving myself pretty much. It's pretty much just self-control. I think that's what it is. It's just self-control. And when you really, guys, I still struggle with this, and it might not have to do any, like, the self-control. I definitely have more control over with what I do with my time. But when it comes to, like, food and stuff, that's what stuff that I still struggle with.
Don't even look at me.
It's just tackling one thing at a time. And so I've tackled, certain stuff with what I prioritize, but here and there, like, I want a cheat meal. I don't want to work out, and it's just self-control. And sometimes I do fail, but I pick my ass back up, because I understand that I'm not ever gonna allow myself to go back to what I used to be. And like I said, it has nothing to do with anybody else. It's really just I have a freaking blueprint of my life, of what I want, and that's how I'm living my life every day, regardless of what anybody is saying. And I said this in the last podcast, I don't fucking care what anybody has to say about me.
That rubs off on me. That's one of my favorite things about you. Like, you don't give a fuck about anybody else anymore. Like,
I'm such a loving person, but I've seen how much other people have ruined me, and I'm never gonna allow someone else to ruin me that bad. You know?
I love that.
Yeah.
I can't do that. It sucks.
You can do that.
I can't do that. I can do that, but I'm not there yet.
It's all mindset, because I used to think I could never be happy. I could never... Dude, I was in darkness up until recently, you know? And it's still a struggle, but it's just that mindset of knowing this isn't a forever thing. If we're going through something, we're feeling a certain way, it's temporary. It's part of the process. It's part of life. Like, sadness, there's this saying where we wouldn't know happiness if we didn't go through sadness. And that's the truth. We were happy all the time. What fun is that? We have to go through our bad times in order to appreciate the good ones. And it's just kind of how I see life now. I really...
Yeah. It's not that I can't be that kind of person. It's that I haven't learned how to not give myself to people. Like, I am such a loving person in the sense that I will let you get to me. Like, I want to give my love to everybody, and I want to show you all the time, which is why it's so easy to lose sight of my priorities, because I want to put other people first all the time, and I want people to feel loved and noticed and seen. But sometimes I'm the one that needs to be loved, noticed, and seen by myself.
Yeah.
And you teach me that. You teach me that I need to ground myself sometimes and stay home. I'm in this place where I'm finally being, like, seeked out. And I'm like, I want to be seeked. But at the same time, it's taking so much of my energy away. And I don't want to have to keep going into work the next Monday, like, completely fucking drained, you know? Like, I really do need that time to get in tune with myself, reorganize my thoughts so that my vibrations are really, really nice and high when I come to work the next week. Or like when, like, I need to set that time aside to really think about how my week is going to pan out.
You have more interaction with people. I don't. And so I guess I get more time to myself, which I appreciate. But there's sometimes where I'm like, fuck, like, I miss people, you know? And then this whole coronavirus thing kind of just made me want to stay home even more. And thankfully, I mean, it brought something really positive in me, wanting to know myself more and tune in with myself a little bit more. But hell yeah, I miss people. I want to freaking hang out. And when you come into this room, you have all these stories to tell. And I'm just like, well, kind of do the same shit for the past year.
Like, I have nothing new to contribute.
But that's a beautiful thing. Like, the fact that you are around so many people and you can handle that. Me personally, I can't handle that.
But that's a beautiful thing that you have stability.
I do, but I don't, because you probably view it like that. But honestly, I just get anxious when I'm around so many people now. And the old me was literally the center of attention.
Yeah.
When you walked, like, if you knew me in the past, I was the center of attention.
And I was the one that was, like, anxiety around hella people. Yeah. I'm like, please don't look at me.
Yeah, and so...
That's crazy. Yeah, that we were complete opposites now. Now we are complete opposites.
Yeah,
that's
and now
crazy.
it's just the tables turned, and that's okay too, dude.
I never thought of it that way.
Yeah. But I think I need that for me. That now I understand that I need this type of peace and kind of like good vibes
and
for myself.
And I needed to see what it was like to be around that many people and to, like, be comfortable, because now I know both sides, and now you know both sides. Which one you want to choose? I decided that I need balance. I need people in my life, but I also need alone time, because I remember what it was like to be by myself and be so aware of my own thoughts and my own self, and I miss it.
Yeah, me, it's more 80-20.
I feel
80% is just by myself. 20% I can be around people. I can be around my relationships. Cool. 80% to give you that time. I'm good.
Like, you tell me that you like that you need some Jules time sometimes. Yeah. Emily tells me she needs Jules time. Like, my friends,
I need
like,
my people sometimes.
Shout out to my homies and my friends, because you guys really make me feel so loved when you tell me that you need my time. But I had to take a step back, and I'm like, damn, Jules, you're so dope. Like, even Jules needs Jules time.
I think we just need people. We need good people in our lives. Jules just happens to be a really fucking amazing person, and just happened to walk into my life. It wasn't really an accident. It was kind of intentional, but
it was at the right time.
Yeah, it was just perfect timing, and for that I'm forever grateful. And here we are now.
Shout out to Hazel for having a birthday.
Straight up. But yeah, guys, I think that's all the time we have for today. But we did want to end off this podcast with a little bit more excitement. We're gonna play, not a game, but I guess we're still in the phase where we're still trying to get to know each other. So why not bring you guys along with us? So I told Jules to write 3 questions that she wants to ask me, and I wrote down 3 questions that I've been wanting to ask her. And so here they are, you guys.
So one of my first questions is, when were you most proud of yourself? Your proudest moment.
I think my proudest moment was the moment that I realized that I was in control of my life.
Period.
Where, yeah, I think, yeah.
You just feel so much craziness. Like, you feel so much power.
I think for so long, I allowed everything else to control me, and so I was never in control, and I allowed everything to, yeah. We'll just leave it like that, you guys. Just when I finally realized that I was pretty much driving the boat, and I'm in control now. That was the most, like, amazing, freeing feeling. Let's take this bitch. Come on. Okay, I have a question for you. Okay. How has our partnership on the podcast, but also our friendship, how has that affected your life?
It made me really
feel like, fuck, I hate my life.
No.
I'm like, fuck.
Never. No. It grounded me. It definitely grounded me. Like, you ground me a lot because I'm kind of all over the place. Like, and you know that I'm an all over the place type of person, and Jess is so grounded, and she knows herself, and she has structure, and that's one thing that I really lack.
You say that, but
no, but like you do compared to the average person, you really do have structure. Not like to the extent that you would like to be, but but that rubs off on other people. Like, I see you having certain things under control, and I'm like, okay, I kind of want that for myself now. So being around somebody who has things and does things the way that I want to do them at some point, and it's like having the picture in front of me, it just gives me motivation to keep pushing towards that.
I'm gonna cry. I love that. Oh, fuck. Oh, that was really nice. Thank you. Your turn.
Okay. So I'm like, wait, didn't I already ask you? Okay, so if you had an alter ego, what would you call them, and what would they be like?
Alter ego?
Mm-hmm.
The name? What would the name be? Definitely like something to do with like Earth. Kind of like a rebellious Mother Earth. Kind of just like, I think that's my alter ego.
Okay, that I did not expect. They're rebellious?
Yeah, like rebellious, just kind of like, I don't even know if I can even say shit on here. Yeah, I'm a rebel inside. Like, I'm rebellious. I'd like to do a lot of just cool shit that you
already told me about your little plans with your motorcycle. She's gonna take me on a motorcycle, guys.
Nobody knows that though. You just shared that.
Oh, damn.
God. Last question. If you could have one superpower, what would it be?
One superpower.
And you can't say no. You can say whatever you want.
Teleporting.
Oh.
I would teleport because I fucking hate driving, and traffic takes so much.
Living in LA has ruined that.
Yeah. Traffic takes so much time of my day. Like honestly, the most frustrating part for me is driving. Like, I want to do house calls. I want to be there for this person and that person. I want to go help you and cater to you, but I can't get there because it might take me more than 30 minutes, and I'm gonna have to be back in the gym in an hour. So sorry. So yes, teleporting would be my superpower, I think.
There you go. That's dope.
My last question.
Okay.
If you could make any celebrity your best friend, who would it be and why?
A celebrity.
A celebrity.
Can it be more of like a mentor?
If they're known.
They're known.
Okay.
I think, and you're the one that introduced me to this person. Ooh. Andy Frisella.
Oh.
That's my
man. That's my man right there.
Just, if you guys don't know who Andy Frisella is, you guys, he's the creator of the 75 Hard Challenge that we attempted and never completed.
Nobody did.
We will.
Nobody did that started, so.
I'm actually doing another challenge of his, so I'm already a month in. But this is for his first form company. So that's a whole different thing. But he is just amazing. He has brought so much light into my life just by his words, and he's just so real. And I think we just vibe without him knowing. Like, when he talks on the podcast, because he has his own podcast that I listen to like on the daily.
Yeah, that podcast, I actually listened to that one like 4 months ago, and then later on, like, I didn't even know.
Guys, if you guys are interested, Real AF by Andy Frisella. Yep. I already put it in my journal. I am gonna meet this man,
and I would love to, But yes, I listened to his podcast like 4 months ago. And then, like, I would just listen to some here and there. And, like, he would, like, just touch me every time. And then, sure enough, like, a couple months later, they bring up the challenge and he's a part of it. But I just didn't do my research on him. I would listen to his podcast, but I didn't follow him. Yeah. I didn't do none of that stuff.
I love him. I fucking love him. He's amazing. He's just that person, that mentor that doesn't sugarcoat anything and just tells you, you're a fucking lazy piece of shit, you gotta get your ass in the gym.
When I saw that you like were really hardcore about him, I was like, okay, let me go follow him and like see more about him. So surround yourself with people who make you want to do better.
Dude, he challenges me. Like, people don't know this side of me, but it's like, dude, I'm fucking pushing. And just having someone like that, it's not just him. Like, David Goggins is another person that is just kind of like, dude, get after it, go after fucking life. We're gonna die. We're literally gonna die, you guys. And whether you're afraid of that or not, fucking camera keeps dying. Just like this fucking camera. Where am I gonna go?
No.
I'm just kidding. But anyways, you guys, I think we've talked long enough.
We always
shout out to Andy Frisella. You the shit. Shout out to this person sitting next to me, because I'm so proud of your growth. And you just helped me grow even more, too. So I'm just proud of us. I'm proud of what we've done so far. And thank you guys to those who have been listening, who have just been pretty much just listening to our BS in the first season and are still here. We're growing, you guys. We're two 23-year-olds just trying to figure shit out. And
soon to be 24, because both of our birthdays are coming up.
Don't remind me.
We're this close to each other in birthdays. I love that.
I love that too. But we'll get to that when that time comes. But I'm just proud of us.
I'm proud of us too. For fucking getting out of that rut that we were in for a good month.
We're good, guys. But yeah, just thank you guys for everyone. Thank you to the people watching this. I'm so sorry. This is normally how we talk, so we're not really engaging with the camera. But
I'll get better at it.
Yeah, we'll grow with it. She'll grow with it.
Much love. Thank you guys.
Thank you guys so much. And just support. If you guys agree with our podcast, if you guys take some value from it, just kind of help your girls out a little bit and rate us. If you guys are on Apple Podcasts, or if you're on Spotify, make sure you guys are following us. Or if you're on YouTube, subscribe to us. And let's just keep inspiring each other to be better fucking people.
Period. And we'll leave it right there.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
Bye.